Hi, good morning. In today's session, we're going to discuss how to create a simple e-commerce form, application form with the help of Streamlit application. Now, you guys know we have used various components for sliders, for drop downs, and for text box. We have used different components to create the simple web applications. But many people asked me, can we able to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Yeah. If you want to make a custom application using Streamlit, you can use HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript as well. Today's session, we're going to create a custom application, and then I'm going to show how to use HTML components as well as JavaScript and CSS. CSS is nothing but cascade style sheet. Okay. These are three things to create a simple applications, but I'm going to integrate everything in the Streamlit application. Okay. For that, what I'm going to do is first I want to import the Streamlit package. Import Streamlit as well as make it as ST. And then if I want to use a HTML one, for that from Streamlit, I'm going to the components. From that, I'm going to use version 1. From the version 1, I'm going to import the HTML. In this e-commerce form, I'm going to use both HTML as well as JavaScript. Now, if you want to create your HTML stuffs, you already know, right? Like you have to create the metadata. You can metadata, and then you have to create a tag called the HTML. The starting tag HTML for you. The ending tag also will be HTML for you. If you see here, right, you can see. I can show the below here, right? Yeah, you can see the ending tag is HTML. The starting tag is HTML. Ending tag is HTML. Languages. What is the language I'm using here?
English, sir.
English I'm using here in English. And then I want to use a header. Okay, you can use a tag. And then if you see inside the head tag, what I'm doing is I'm mentioning all the meta data. Okay, metadata in the sense what's the cat set. It will be UTF-8 encoding, and then meta name equal to viewport. Okay, these all contents we can take from some websites, and then you can use it. Okay, no need to memorize all these things. These are the metadata. Okay, how to keep the content, because I am keeping the content my width and the device. This is my device, right? This is my laptop, my device. As per the device width, I can specify the content. So now you understood, right? This is my laptop screen, right? As per the device screen, it will tends to my content will tends to fit. Will tends to fit. For that's why I'm using all this metadata informations, because what are the content I want to show in that UI, it has to fit in the screen, right? That's why
Yes,
I'm
sir.
doing all these things. And then initial scale equal 1.0. These all things will be available in some websites. Okay, you can use it. And then if you want to create application title, you have to use the title tag, and then you can write some text here. Simple e-commerce form. The ending tag of title will be / title. That will be ending tag for you. Okay, now you can create a title called simple e-commerce form. And then I'm going to use CSS. CSS is nothing but the cascade style sheet. To create a CSS, you have to use a style tag. You have to use the style tag. Ending also, you have to complete with the ending style tag for creating CSS. In the CSS, what I'm doing is, if you see, right, I'm creating one body. Okay, in that body, what a font family. Okay, inside the form, what should a font family? Font family is
RL.
what is the font family?
Arial.
Arial and sans serif. Okay, both font family are going to use. And then on the margin, for margin, right, I'm going to use 20 pixels. And then I'm going to create a form. In that form, a username, password, everything will be there, right? For example, take one login form. In that username, password will be there. The same thing, I'm going to create one container inside the form that is called form container. You have to keep dot and then form container, the maximum width. Width means like I can say like breadth, I can say 600 pixels. The margin will be auto for me. It will be, I'm keeping it initial 0, and then automatically the margin value will be incremented as per the content. And then I want to create a form group. Okay, for form group, in the sense, in the group we have several collections. The margin bottom will be 15 pixels for me. And then for form group, right, I want to create some labels. Okay, the label should be displayed on the block. And then the margin bottom is going to be 5 pixels. Okay, group is nothing but a collection of items will be there. For collection of items, the display should be in the block. The margin bottom should be 5 pixels. Okay, now the form group input, I will pass some input, right? I'll pass some input like username, password, something I'll pass, right? For that, the width should be 100%. The padding should be 8 pixels. The box sizing should be border order. Okay, see guys, these all things are CSS to make your application very interactive, as well as to make customizable. You can go for the CSS, JavaScript, and HTML. If you are not, if you want to build simple application without the need of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can create it, but you can do more styling using CSS. CSS stands for Cascade Style Sheet. Okay, now I'm creating a form group. The form group, I'll pass some inputs, right? For that, I'm passing the width and padding length and box sizing. The text box, username, one text box will be there, and then password, some text box will be there. For box sizing, I'm using border box. One template is there, border box. Like it will be look like a border. Sendamal, box sizing, in the sense, in the username field, one box will come, right? Simple text box. Simple text box. The text box only what will type? You'll type the username, right? That box called, what's the box? Border box.
Border box.
Border box. Okay, you have to specify everything in the CSS and then form group button. Okay, because after creating form, definitely you have to click the button.
Submit.
The submit button or some button will be there. Okay, for that, I have to create buttons. Padding will be 10 pixels to 20 pixels range. Okay, and then the background color will be it's a X value. It's a hexadecimal value. Okay, for this some colors will be there. And color equal to white, and border equal to none, cursor equal to pointer. Okay, these all properties you can able to get some websites. You can able to configure it. Okay, as per your application requirement. No need to worry about this thing. Okay, now CSS part is completed. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating body. In the HTML, what I'm doing is I'm creating a body. Inside the body, I'm creating a div tag. It's called a division tag. In the division tag, I want to specify my class name. The class name I'm going to create as a form container. Okay, you can give any name. You want to specify some class nothing but a blueprint for a collection of objects. Inside the class, we have the collection of objects, right? We have various objects. For this, we have to create here one class. Div stands for what tag it is? It's a division tag. Division tag. You can give the form container. In that, you can see various objects are there. The first object is H1. H1 stands for header. H1 stands for heading. Heading, you can say, not header, heading. Okay. H2 stands for heading. Like 1 means you will get some bigger sizes. H2 means a little bit size will be less. The title will be less. Okay. It's a heading tag, product purchase form. In that, I'm creating one tag called form tag. Inside the form tag, what I'm going to do is I'm creating a unique ID. Unique ID is purchase form. Okay. For this form, what I'm doing is I'm creating one more subclass. It's called form group. It's called form group because in the CSS, if you see here, right, we are creating everything using CSS. For this, what I want to do is form group. I'm creating a separate classes. Inside the classes, we can see various objects will be there. The objects will be a label object. The label, what I'm giving is like username will pass, right? Username means that's a label for you. I'm passing here name only, not username. I'm passing name. Though it's an e-commerce application, definitely we need the username, right? That's why I'm giving the label as name. And then close the tag and then give the input. Okay, in the we have the label name, right? And then we have one box called what box it is? what box it is. I can show here, like it will be a
Border
text
box.
box. Yeah, border box will get it, right? Now the type will be text. Okay, I can type only text. I'm giving one unique ID called the unique ID. I'm getting name, and then I'm getting one more tag called name equal to name, and it's required. Okay, I can type only text in the text box. And then next one is, you can see I'm getting one more separate class called form group. In that form group, what I'm doing is I'm getting one more label called, what label it is?
Email, sir.
Email label. I want to type my email ID. Okay, the type equal to email, and then ID. I'm typing and passing email. Email means we have to pass some mail ID there, and then I can create one unique identifier, email, and then one more unique identifier called name equal to email, and it's required. Okay, required means definitely I have to type something. And then I'm getting one more form group for label, product. Okay,
Product, sir.
first you have to type name and email ID. Third one you have to type the product. Okay, the label will be a product will come, and then the input type will be
Text, sir.
text. Okay, I'm giving a unique identifier product. You can give any unique ID. Okay, and the name equal product and required. And then finally, you can see I'm creating one more class called form group again. I'm creating one button. Okay, after entering the name, email ID, and product, I have to click on the button, right? For that, I'm creating one more tag called button tag. The type is, what the type now?
Button type, sir.
Button type. Okay, and then the button type, we have to perform some actions. I'm giving on click. On click means it will going to, if someone clicks the button, right, the button submit button, if someone clicks the submit button, what will happen? This function will be called. That's why I keep an on click is a key and submit form is a value. Okay, this submit form, you can see the brackets, right? This is a function. If you see any brackets like this, it will be a
Function, sir.
it will function. It's a pure JavaScript function. It's a pure JavaScript function. Someone typing the name and mail ID and product after click submit button, automatically the call will transfer to your JavaScript function. You can see, right? If you want to write some JavaScript, what tag you have to use? What tag you have to use? You have to write JavaScript. Script tag you have to use. Okay, and then for writing function, you have to use function, and then function name you have to write. You can give any function name. The same function name you have to supply it here on click. Okay, now see here, guys. In Python, what will you use? We'll use def, right? In Python, what will you use? We'll use def to define the function. But in JavaScript, you have to use function for and then inside the script tag you have to use function, and then submit form. This is a function actually. The function does not have any arguments. Okay, now I'm creating the one kind of butterfly braces. In the inside that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 4 variables. You can see, right? Constant means the value is not going to change after typing it. Value is not going to change. You can use LET also. Okay, for declaring variable, you can use CYNST constant. I'm creating around 4 variables: name, email, and then product, the response of the div tag. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the document get element by ID. Okay, this is a JavaScript. What I will do is document.get element by ID. I will go to the HTML. I'll go to the HTML, guys. Inside that, what I given? What's the ID I given here?
Name, sir.
ID I got the name. If someone types the name, what I will do, right? I will get that value from the border box. If someone type the name in the border box, what I'm getting here? Dot.
Sir, we are getting the name, sir. Value.
We're getting the
value.
value of the name text box. Whatever some user typing, right, will get the value. The same thing, the document. It's because it's HTML field document. Document get element by ID, and we're supplying email. Where will go? You can see the ID is nothing but what's the ID? Though it's get element by ID, we'll go here and you see the email. Whatever email you type, right, that email value will get. That will be stored in one variable called
email, sir.
Email variable will get stored. Next one is Priya. Next, what I'm doing here, document dot get element by ID. what's the ID? Product. We'll go here, HTML. Where's the product? You can see the ID called product here. Whatever product you are typing, right? That product value I can able to retrieve using dot
Value.
Good. Next one is after that, what I will do, right? I will click the submit button. I click the submit button. Automatically, the call will be transferred to this JavaScript function. Now, what will happen, right? Document.getElement by ID. What I'm giving is response. What I'm getting is response. Okay. Now it will go here, and then it will take the ID. It will take this ID. Okay. Now whatever, after clicking submit button, I will get some response, right? That response will be shown in the HTML. See, whatever the response I'm getting, right? The response should be shown in the web page itself. That's why I am referring this ID, document.getElement by ID response. Now what I am doing is, after getting this ID tag, response.div, I am writing in the HTML itself. So now listen carefully. GetElement ID response, I getting this tag based on the ID. After that, I explained on the response div. In the response div, I writing one inner HTML. Inside that, one HTML is going to come. Got it? Inside
Yes,
that,
sir.
one HTML is going to come. Like this is going to come. What HTML is going to come? You can see, right? This content is going to come there. This content, it's going to come here. For inserting the HTML, what I have to use? What I have to use?
Inner HTML, sir.
Inner HTML you have to use. Okay, inside the div tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put H2. H2 means heading 2. Heading 2 means when compared to heading 1, the font will be very less. Size will be very less. Okay, it's heading tag. I'm saying what I'm saying here. Thank you. And then what are the variable I stored in the name, that will be supplied in this placeholder, because I already have the variable, right? Name. Whatever I typed in the text box, that name will be supplied here. Thank you. Whatever name you type, thank you Anand, thank you Satish will come. Whatever in the text box you have typed, right, that will come. And finally, P stands for paragraph tag. P stands for paragraph tag. You can type some paragraphs here. What is going to come? Your purchase of, if I type product as Apple, your purchase of Apple will be confirmed at anand@gmail.com. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Whatever you type, right, you get the information in the UI itself. Your purchase of, like I bought Apple product, Apple will be confirmed that if you give some mail ID, right, that mail will come like anand@gmail.com is confirmed. Okay, now I can close my JavaScript by using the ending tag /script, and then closing the body of the HTML, and then closing the HTML tag, and then you have to put everything in a triple quotes. Triple quotes means nothing but, yeah, you can see inside the triple quotes, it will treat like a string. You can type anything. Inside the code, what I did is I used CSS cascade style sheet. You can see the styles, right? And then I used HTML, I used JavaScript. All three things I used to create a custom application. Guys, in order to make the application very interactive or beautiful, you can use this HTML, CSS, as well as you can use JavaScript as well. Now, what I'm doing is very simple, guys. After creating this CSS, HTML, as well as JavaScript, this is a command line, guys. This is a command line. I'm using Streamlit. ST stands for Streamlit. You can see, right? Import Streamlit ST. I'm taking the ST. st.title is e-commerce application, and finally I want to render all my CSS, HTML as well as JavaScript. For that, what I want to do is I want to import the HTML. You're seeing, right? Import HTML. I want to call this HTML, and then inside the HTML I want to pass the HTML code. HTML code in the sense, already I declared one variable called HTML code here, right? Inside the HTML, I want to supply the HTML code. I want to specify the size, height of that form, height equals 600. And then if someone want to scroll, scrolling also enabled. Okay, if someone want to do the vertical scrolling, stalling also will be enabled in this app. Now what I'm going to do is very simple, guys. Just I'm going to copy. I'm going to go to create and then Streamlit app, and then create one app will call e-commerce application. Just choose Analytics DB and then create a Streamlit application. Now remove this previous code, guys. What are the code we have, right? Just copy paste. Good. Now, yeah, I copy paste the entire code. Now my warehouse is resuming up. After warehouse resuming up, we'll also connect the server. Now a Streamlit, it's loading all the assets. Okay, just click on run button. Yeah, it's showing that Streamlit is not connected, guys. Just why it's showing? Yeah, I made a blunder mistake here. I used one dot here. Okay, remove the dots. Now we can able to run it. Now you can see I can show that, yeah, I can go like this. Yeah. Now you can see the e-commerce application. Now what I'm typing is, I'm typing Satish. Satish Mehdi. Yeah, Satish Pugal 99 here at 1988 here at the rate of gmail.com. He bought the product as iPhone 15X. iPhone 15X. Now what happened, right? These are the text boxes. I'm typing the input. This is created by I created using CSS. After that, I'm typing some values here and I click on submit button. Why submit button was not working for me? Just 1 second, guys. I think what happened to the application? Still click run. Not able to click this button actually. Okay. Why it's not giving the responses? Satish. Okay, let's see. Okay, just guys, 1 second, guys. Guys, in the offline, what I did, right? We inspected the entire code. I found some bugs in the code. I'll show. First, you have to give your name. Okay, I'm giving the name as Anand. The mail ID I'm giving something like Anand 6193 at the rate of gmail.com. Okay, Anand, yeah. And then product I'm going to give iPhone 15X. Now, if I click submit button, it's not giving the results in the UI itself. Now, what I am doing is just I want to look in the code. After clicking the submit button, okay, this function will be invoked. Submit form will be invoked. Now, if you come here, we are getting all the variables and declaring as a constant. And then now I'm getting the value as well. Okay. Now, if you see here, if you look at here, the response div inside, I'm writing on inner HTML code with the help of h2 and then paragraph tag. Now, what you have to do, you have to provide the tick symbol. Whenever writing some inner HTML, right, you have to use a tick symbol. It will be the keyboard, right? In the one before, you can see one tick symbol will be there. The keyboard before one button, You can see one tick symbol. You have to provide a tick, and then just come to the end button, and then here also you have to provide a tick. Okay, inside that you have to provide all your inner HTMLs. Okay, heading tag and paragraph tag. Now, this a dollar symbol denotes that for parameterization. Okay, in the placeholder, that value will be substituted. If you use dollar placeholder, the value will be substituted here. Okay, wherever seeing the placeholders, dollar of placeholders, that value substituted here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just going to run this application. That's it. This is a mistake I did. Now I'm going to type Anand again. Now I'm email ID is anand6193991@gmail.com. Product is iPhone 15X. Just click on submit. Now you can see the responses. The response I got is, if you want to see the full application, right? In the below you can see that close editor will be there. Okay, you can close the editor and then you can able to see. It's displaying as thank you, Anand. Your purchase of iPhone 15X will be confirmed at Anand 619391@gmail.com. Okay, fine. Like this, you can able to build some custom applications, as well as you can build some data visualizations or some dashboards you can build. If you want to get the insights from the data, you can able to build some dashboards, and then you can show the insights of the data in the dashboard itself. Now I'm saying to you guys, if you want to share the this URL to the Snowflake users who is having access, you want to provide the access. First, you have to select some custom roles, and then you have to select that custom role like this, and then you have to share this URL to that concerned person. They can log into their account, and then they can use this link to see the dashboards. This is how it works. The unauthorized user can't able to access dashboards. Okay, only the person who having the corresponding role, you are providing the privileges, they only can able to access this link. Otherwise, no one can able to access link. Outside of Snowflake, you can't able to access link. Only Snowflake users who having the right permissions as well as roles, they can able to only access this URL. Good. Like this, you can able to build the custom applications. Good. Now, I'm going to close session, guys. This is a thing I want to discuss with you today. Tomorrow, we're going to see one more use cases in the Streamlit.